My name is Tiffany. Welcome back, or welcome if you've never been here before. It's freaking Vlogmas. I'm so excited about it. I don't think I'm gonna be labeling the days because I suspect that my days are not your days. I guess I'll go over how I kind of want to structure these, although that's probably going to wither away over time. But one thing I hope to stick to is picking books from my bookish calendar maybe every 2-3 days, depends on when I finish them, depends on if I get the whim. Since July, I believe, I've been picking 2 books either from my shelves, really trying to prioritize the books that were gifted to me. I really wanted to remember all of you at this time of year, and now I finally get to open them up. So excited. I'm also inspired by Crystal, okay? One of the big things that inspired me to really start my channel was my love of Crystal's vlogs. In 2020, they just saved me. And last year, she had this amazing, tea advent calendar. And I wanted to get the Nightmare Before Christmas, like Bone Coffee Company collection. And so I'm so excited to try that. Open this with you. I'm not sure what it is, which it is, but we're about to see. And I also want to pick something from my physical TBR to read, as well as novellas. So there's going to be a lot of stuff to get through, but, ooh, let me turn the kettle off. I'll be right back. It's editing me. Okay, I did turn off the kettle, as well as the camera, and thought I was filming me open my first book for freaking Vlogmas and taking the first sips of that delicious coffee. So I need to fill you in on what I opened. I would be lying if I said that I have fully mourned the loss of that moment, because this is really what the bookish advent calendar was supposed to be about, remembering everybody. So as long as I do that, I think I can chill out. I think I care more than you guys will. But I have got to thank Tori from Novel Life for sending me his Mistress by Christmas by Victoria Alexander. She sent me this book last year, as well as a beautiful card telling me that this is from a local bookstore. This is signed, and it was my first Christmas here in Vegas. I'm so thankful, Tori. Later on in this vlog, I gush about it. I'm so happy that I own it. I'm talking about it in my car while sporting a really great booger that I didn't know was there. So it's been a really great start to Vlogmas. I'm trying to just move on, okay? I cannot avoid it anymore. I gotta get this out for you guys. It is the morning of the 7th. I'm currently reading Anastasia and Living, and so I'm gonna focus on that. This has been a lot of fun so far. You will see the coffee, you will see this book, you will see that booger. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the vlog. See you in the next clip. have to thank Tori for sending me this book. It's absolutely delightful. I love our heroine. She's progressive. She's independent. She's a widower. She's been in mourning for years. She's finally ready to seek out companionship. You know, she's tired of being alone. And she would also like the benefits of being married without having to get remarried. And I love the friendships in this as well. You know, even though she's independent and progressive, she's not preachy. Her friend in this book is completely conservative and traditional and has a different outlook and happens to be a family member of the heroes. And I love how they still make it work and they accept one another and they've been supportive of each other over the years. And so I'm liking the side characters. This opens at a lecture with the Explorer Club, and Lady Veronica first lays her eyes on Sebastian, who is a renowned explorer and a renowned scholar. And he is weaving his words together and swaying the audience, telling the tale of his travels. And he also has a reputation of being a rogue. And so he is her target for basically being able to garner the freedom that she knows that she wants to have for her future. Not only is she afforded a lot of freedom as a widower, I like how smart she is because she recognizes how her fortune really gives her that privilege. And being someone's mistress would ensure that fortune. I don't think that she is like a hunter in that way. I think that she wants companionship. She knows that being covered by a male within society would allow her to continue to, you know, live independently. And like, let's just keep it real here. The practicalities of finances. And so she's also smitten with Sebastian. The way in which he puts words together, his charm, his intellect. And their meet cute is one of just a mental mashup of challenge. He's drawn to her beauty, yes, but it's her mind that he's into. And what I love also about this, over here, I thought I was going to do a clip later. I just can't stop talking about this book. I loved their meet cute. I love how this is set up as Veronica is hell-bent on seducing him and becoming his mistress, knowing from her friend that happens to be his cousin that he's never going to want to commit. Okay, he's never sought out marriage, and that's perfect for her because she doesn't want to get married again. However, she is meeting Sebastian at a time where he's weary of his travels. He's ready for solace. He wants to buy a home. He wants to settle down. And it seems as though their objectives are counter to one another, which is like always the magic, right? Now, at this point in Sebastian's life, he's seeing Veronica as more and he wants more with her. And so it's a really fun dance of her wanting it to just be lust and not love, okay, because she's scared. And him knowing that it's love and him trying to basically woo her and trick her into falling because it's more for him. And he knows that she just wants to be his mistress, but he wants a wife. And she almost feels as though, like, is he tricking her by trying to court her because all she wants to do is be his mistress? It's a really cute tit for tat between them, and I'm loving it. Now he has her sequestered at his new home. He's bought one in the countryside, and the undercurrent of all of this has to do with his inheritance. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to like retell the whole thing, but I like the dynamics in this. I love the writing. I love this sort of game between them. I love how it's the heroine that just wants that just wants to have a good time and for it to be light, and it's the hero that wants something serious, and it's the hero that's tricking her. Okay, it's the hero that has to make her believe that it's just topical. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And so, you know, it's during the holiday season. Now we're in the countryside where they're alone, and there's all this chemistry between them. He is hell-bent on making sure that she knows that it's not just physical, and yet it's very difficult for him. And I also love, you know, that she doesn't really know how to seduce a man. Like, she was pursued by her husband, so she's sheepish about it. And it's just, there's so many good things about this book. And I love the social commentary that's in it. I love our heroine, and I love how he's going about, like, systematically tricking her, okay, into marriage. Like, it's kind of sweet. So I'm loving this book. I guess I ended up talking about it. I hope it wasn't too loud in the background. I would like to go see some flowers, okay? I love the Bellagio. I love the holiday setup, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna have to put my sweatshirt back on because I heated up the car before speaking to you. So it wouldn't be loud, and now I'm getting chilly again. But I will see you at the Bellagio, and when I've read more. A package from Jen that we're gonna open up before I wrap up this book and tell you what I'm reading next. I mean, this is taking precedent at the moment. I was so excited. Last night, I got word that this was in the leasing office, and I can't. Okay. Look at this snowman, it's so cute. I love, oh my God, Jen, look at this. She comes with the details. There's so much in here. Stop it. Start with the card. Let's start with the card. Why is there so much in here, Jen? I can't wait for you to get mine. Oh my God. Where's my phone? I'm probably going to be talking to her while I'm doing this. It's Hermione. Stickers. Born to Read. Reading is magic. These are so cute. Ooh. Is that lavender? Bookmark. Oh my God. Oh, this is because she just got these like new stickers. This is a Book Refuge sticker. And I love the print on that. I like that it looks like a seal. We talked about that after a live show. Sorry, I'm just reading it for myself. It's the Christmas card from her. I don't know if you can see all this. You know I'm a woman that loves lighting. Thank you, girl. Jen has added so much to my life. I started watching her when I went away to college. She did a movie review, movie to book pairing review in her car. And ever since then, I've been smitten. And it's just kind of been amazing to have a bookish bestie that has similar reading tastes as mine. She's just everything. Okay. I'm gonna try not to do a lot of editing. I'm sorry if this is long, but I'm just like soaking it in. Ah! The plaid is just so cute. Chocolate? Bitch, are you kidding me? Gourmet milk chocolate. Oh my god. That's getting eaten like now. Oh my god. This is so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm opening this right now. You're definitely getting an edited version of this because I'm just going to be screaming and yelling. I want to open it. Come on, tools. Please work. Oh my god. Stop it, Jen. You're spoiling me. You're feeding me chocolates. Oh my god. We're just going to try one right now on camera. I just have to. Get into it. I'm definitely editing. I'm just gonna enjoy opening this package. This box is reminding me of Matilda. Remember how Miss Trunchbull had the box of chocolates? Anyway, I'm sorry. Continuing. This is like an experience opening. I love it. I'm trying not to scream for those of you who are listening on headphones. Oh my god. Oh. This is sexy. It's heavy, okay? It has a weight to it, like my secrets. Oh my god. This is sexy. What? Oh, I need something like this. I need something like this. I need this. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking pretty. If my lighting will let you see it, because you know I'm well lit, always. This is sexy. I love the material of it too. Ooh! Ooh, I feel grown. Okay. Oh, okay. Stop it! Stop it! I know what it is! What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm obsessed with the Wayward Children series. It is a dark fantasy novella series. I love these. Christy gave me the 3rd book. This is the 1st book. Get into it. It's hardcover. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my god, you minx! Thank you. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I don't know from the back. Do I know from the back? Yeah! This is my favorite. And Katie Robbins' Wicked Villain series. Okay, this is Tinkerbell and Hook's story. I'm doing a reread. I'm doing a reread. Thank you so much. Oh my god. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna keep going. Cry later. Okay. Ooh. I think this is a book, but it feels like it's encased in something. Okay. Can you see it? Like I'm right? It's encased in something. Thank you, Jen. Jen made this by hand. She made this. It's a book sleeve. Thank you. So freaking sweet that you would take the time. To make this for me. I've been so obsessed with Harry Potter fanfic because of her this year. I love this. I'm Ravenclaw. Okay, by the way. And I just love how this is inclusive and representative of all of them. Thank you, Jen. It's the first in the Wicked Villain series, okay? Meg, Hercules, and Hades. It's Polly. Ooh, is this my favorite? These are my 2 favorites in this series. Okay, these 2, and now I own them. Thank you, Jen. I love you. You add so much to my life. I can't. This is like too much. Oh, I can't wait for you to get mine. I cannot wait. Oh, is there anything else? Because this was ridiculous. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to cut so I can thank her on Instagram, and then we're gonna wrap up with my thoughts on this, and then I'm gonna tell you what I'm reading next, what the novella of the day is. I just need a moment here. I just need like a second. It will be quick for you. Taking some time. I'm back now. Thank you, Jen. This is just absolutely stunning. You're a doll. I can't. This was far too much, and I love you so much. Oh my God. As far as his Mistress by Christmas goes, I'm rating this 4 stars. This was just absolutely delightful. It turned into a cozy, pushy family and reluctant house party situation on behalf of the hero. Sebastian is finally grounded, and his family has heard about Victoria, and they invite themselves over, which I loved. I love a house party and a historical. I love how both of them found what they truly were looking for in each other. On his part, just the genuine respect and to feel a part of within his family, and also to be seen and to be challenged and to feel grounded and solace, not just solitude. I believe that she brings him solace. He was weary when they met, but, and on her part, going back to the line that I love so much in the beginning, I mean, he really did love her on her terms, for who she was and not for who he thought that she should have been. And the third act conflict in this was really interesting because, you know, the inevitable reveal had to happen that has to do with his inheritance, and the way that she reacted to that was understandable, but it was also surprising because she held space for her feelings, but she was also reasonable. I don't see that very often, so I loved that. And this was just so good. Thank you so much, Tori, okay, for sending me this book last year. It was a delight. I'm actually looking into more from her because she's written a ton of Christmas historicals, so I think this is within a series. I absolutely love this. It's signed by the author, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And let's get into my next read, because I think I'm gonna go for Secret Santa. This is horror. I'm not sure if there is a romance element to it. I do have a horror book with a pretty strong romance on my December TBR, but I want to go with this one. I still need to make my Nightmare Before Christmas reef, so I think that this will be fitting and get me into the theme for that. And it shouldn't take me too long. My holiday novella for the day, I'm gonna refer to my phone, which means I have to slide. It's charging. Okay, my holiday novella for the day, because I haven't started this, I mean, we're at the top of the morning for me, is Cookies for Santa by Evan Monroe. This is about a heroine that breaks into Santa's cabin, and it's Santa's son that's dressed up, and he makes her pay in very punishing, steamy, kinky ways. We shall see. I think it should be a lot of fun. I loved the author's note that says, for those who have to dig a little deeper to find their Christmas cheer, this one's for you. So I'm interested in seeing what this is about, and I will be back, I don't know, maybe after eating, maybe after decorating. I still have a lot of holiday decorating to do, so we'll just do it together throughout Vlogmas. Hopefully I'm finished soon so I can just enjoy everything in its splendor. It's been fun coming home and seeing the tree and Oogie, and oh, I just love it. So I'll be back. See you in the B-roll and in my next update. of my new nook here. I just love it. Thank you, Jen. I'm like, this is perfect. I used it all day. I was able to get my decorating done, which I really, really love. And I think I'm gonna give you day 3 because it is late and I know I'm gonna sleep until it's time for me to get ready for work. So we'll throw day 3 in here and I'm just gonna figure it out as I go because, as I said, I believe at the opening of this vlog, my days are not gonna be your days. So we're just gonna roll with it. But I loved Cookies for Santa. That is such a good novella because it's almost as if it had a fated mate trope. This is Santa Claus's son and he is smitten with the heroine. There are magical reasons for why he knows that she is his mate. He's been watching her, and I really liked how the aspect worked in this. It's also a snowed-in situation. The heroine is a bit of a grunt. She planned a girls' trip and at the last minute they canceled. And so now she's stuck alone, snowed into this cabin on Christmas Eve. And and Santa's son shows up. So I loved it. It is a spicy, kinky time, but then it takes a shift and he is surprisingly committed to getting to know who she is, what makes her tick, and having an emotional connection with her. And so that's really what I loved about the novella. I'm rating it a 4. It was a great time. I definitely recommend that. Now, as far as Secret Santa goes, this is like my second horror set around Christmas time situation. And when I first picked this up, I thought this was gonna be about our main character trying to get a job in a prestigious publishing company in the 80s. And it's really her finding out that this publishing company is the relic within the industry that publishing owes so much to. And so when she goes in to this interview with her heinous, surly, and potentially future boss, he drops dead for reasons. And that places her in a position to where she has to find the next bestseller for his son so that he can save the company. And that kind of puts a target on her back within this office. There are a lot of established editors that are upset that she's there. There are a lot of pranks happening, one of which is a Secret Santa gift that she gets. And odd things start happening. People start dying in very festive ways. Lines like, I'm gonna string you up like garland, come to mind. But this is really interesting. I'm ultimately rating it a 3. I realized while reading this that it did not give me the feeling that I had when I read Such Nice People. I know I shouldn't be comparing it, but when I read that in October, which I'm still will be coming out with an October favorites and wrap up this month. But when I read that and placing it in juxtaposition to this, I realized that I like that creep factor, that this is a well-told story about an interesting artifact that has German mythological ties and really ties into the history of New York, which I thought was really compelling. And it's well told, but I didn't have that element of being completely like enthralled and wanting to get to the next page and also fearful of doing so. Like that's the way that I felt about the last horror that I read, which was my very first one. So it was an okay read. It was entertaining, but I don't think I'm gonna like remember this like Such Nice People haunts me. So I will leave it at that, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm gonna read, but I'll fill you in on it. Okay, So I'm back. It is the night of day 4, and I'm gonna close the vlog out here because tomorrow's preparation for Anastasia, okay? I need to watch the Disney movie prior, get ready. I also plan on reading it in one sitting. I'm pre-ordered, so I hope it comes a little bit early, and I wanna stop at Barnes & Noble and get the physical copy. So we're gonna do all that in the next vlog, and I promise to not give spoilers because I know not everybody's picking it up right away. But today, I have 2 novellas to fill you in on and a full length. So let's start with The Christmas Blanket by Candy Steiner. Candy Steiner has been a standout new to me author this year. The way in which she puts words to the emotional development between characters, and also how she writes angst, because it isn't just for angst's sake. I like how in a few lines, sort of woven throughout, you know where the stem of that angst comes from, and I really appreciate it. This is a second chance romance between a couple that had once been married. The heroine is back home, which hasn't happened in years. She's been a bit of a vagabond traveling. She wanted to get out of that small town, and so she's back to celebrate, and she gets in an accident, snowed in, and the person that helps her is her ex-husband. And so they're sort of forced to stay in his little cabin that doesn't have any internet, that doesn't have a phone, and we get taken through their past, the reasons for why she left, the traditions that they built, and the kind of man that he is. Also his resentments against her for leaving, and just the lens through which they saw things that's very different. And what I really liked about this novella was that it's not as though her choice to leave was somehow a mistake. It felt very mature. It felt very realistic in the sense of them both needing to be right where they were, and coming back together now being the right time for them. So I loved it, okay? He's a bit of a grump, and he is a bit resentful for her leaving, and I also could see why she doesn't understand his reasons for why not going with her in the past. So I rated this 5 stars. I absolutely love that novella. I think it is my favorite that I've read so far, okay, this year in terms of festive reads. And then I got into Lovelight Farms. And it's very interesting because I went into this thinking that the heroine's like best friend owned the business, and it's really her. I apologize. I know that the setup is different. The camera died in the middle of my musing, but I was talking about how I didn't know that Stella was the owner. I thought it was Luca, her best friend of 10 years. And when this opens, we learn that she bought this tree farm, and with it, all of the debt of the previous owner. And what I liked about her early on was that she's harboring the extent to which she's struggling, because she's paying everybody that works on this farm out of her own pocket so that their lifestyles don't change. I liked the found family aspect of the side characters and the small town that she's in. And I will say, what kind of made me feel like I was at arm's length when it came to the romance in this was the fact that it's only in her POV. Because in order to kind of dig herself out of this hole, she applies for a social media contest, and this influencer not only promotes businesses on her huge platform, she has the potential to win $100,000. And so she lies on this application and says that she owns the tree farm with her boyfriend, because she notices that this influencer tends to pick businesses that have a romance element. And so this is also fake dating, where we learn that her relationship with Luca isn't, so friendly. She's been pining for him for years, and they're very affectionate, and they're each other's person. What made me feel like I was at arm's length in the beginning of this was being told a lot of their history as opposed to being shown. And it's not like I wasn't enjoying this, because it's not Christmassy, it's festive. It's within the season and we're on a tree farm, and I loved the side characters. And like I said, I loved that small town vibe. And so it kind of reminded me of how I feel about Hallmark movies, which I absolutely love. Okay, I love throwing on a Hallmark movie, but that's what I call them. Very rarely do I recall a particular title. I enjoy them for the season. I love the fact that it always is centered around a heroine that's in peril and the hero that steps in just in time to help her holiday dilemma, and it's their romance. But a lot of Hallmark movies, at least for me, no matter how much I enjoy them, they aren't Nightmare Before Christmas. They aren't the Santa Claus. They aren't Home Alone. Okay, they aren't The Best Man too. Okay, so I don't know them by name. And so that's kind of the experience that I was having towards the beginning. It was scenic and I was enjoying it, but I wasn't really like, you know, head over heels for the romance until, I don't know, was that chapter like 11 or 12? Oh my gosh, you guys. When she starts talking about the small, intimate touches between them and describing those, there's like a pivotal moment where I also enjoyed the backstories in this as well, how she's estranged from her family and that dynamic, yet Luca comes from an intrusive and overly supportive one, and he kind of steps in and helps her in a way. By just being there and being supportive. And so like that scene and just the way that they anticipate each other's movements and the way that he touches her and the way that they see each other, and I believe it was chapter 12, I'm telling you, the words that were put to describing their emotional connection through touch and through shorthand is where this got me. So it did take a shift, because in the beginning it just felt scenic to me. Not like Mary Bellog. My head was, you know, going to Mary Bellog, and I'm not calling this that because that's very different. Similar in that we're getting the whole terrain and landscape, and that's what I like about Mary Bellog. I'm not calling this that, so don't quote me. But it gave me, you know, like a similar feel of just being there on the farm. I enjoyed that. It just wasn't memorable. Mary Bellog's is always memorable. But once we got to that shift, I was on board. And so, oh gosh, I mean, the mutual pining that I really felt like I had to glean for until we started getting those descriptions. The tension between them. And I do think it's a choice to just have it in her POV. And it did work to have us be in a position to where we're questioning along with her. I mean, we know there's going to be an HEA, but like it was effective. It's just not what I preferred. And like we finally get something from him in the end. So I thoroughly enjoyed this in the end, and I'm rating it a 4. Okay, rating it a 4. Not my freaking camera dying. I will just say and wrap up with Spanked by Krampus, which I'm rating 2.5 stars. Okay, it was a very interesting premise between Krampus, who's the brother of Santa Claus, and really when I think about their character and their spirit, it's almost as if Krampus in this novella should have been Santa Claus and Santa Claus should have been Krampus. He's scarred. He is embarrassed about his appearance. He's insecure, feels ugly. It's like he doesn't like having to be tasked with scaring children in their dreams. And his romance is with a pixie who was Santa Claus's assistant, who noted that instead of punishing naughty kids, that they should be helping them. And she gets fired, and sort of in a snowed-in type of situation with Krampus where they realize that they have the same ideal. And where this ramped off for me was the fact that this novella, it was very sweet. Actually, it's kinky as well, but it's very sweet. But it was more focused on that like sociological. You guys, this camera, I am so sorry. It's time for me to close this out. I gave Spanked by Krampus 2.5 because it was more focused on other elements outside of the romance. And then there was, you know, a whole storyline about Santa Claus and his wife. So I just liked the social commentary. I did enjoy those conversations, but we didn't have enough time for all that. So I'm rating it 2.5 because for me to rate something of 3 means that I had an issue with either the plot, the overall enjoyment of the story being told, the romance, or writing style. If I have issues with more than 2 of those elements, and I can't say that I wouldn't mind you telling other people that I said to read it, then I'm gonna rate it a 3 because I may not be into a particular story, but you might be into that. You might like those particular notes within a romance. And so 3-star reads I will still recommend for particular things. This isn't something that I want you telling folks that I said to read. Okay, so it's 2.5 and I'm gonna leave it at that. Honestly, I'm going to get up tomorrow and just start on day 5 because I'm really excited to get ready. And I blame Christy because I am going to wedge in 'Tis the Season for Revenge because she said it's one of her favorite of the year, not even just for like a festive read. So I'm going to be reading that, wedging it in, and I'm also going to open my next freaking advent calendar pick. There's 12 of them, so I might have to double up on some days, but I want to get this video out for you, and I want to thank you for joining me. Please consider sticking around and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.